guys, it's Buddha Gem, and capitalism is crazy. This is a follow-up video to my video Bushvilles, which I hope you watched, because this is a phenomenon that is all over the country. Tent cities are springing up, and no, they're not Hoovervilles anymore, they are Bushvilles. And according to a recent article in the LA Indymedia, 400 people were evicted from the Bushville there because they couldn't prove affiliation with the city of Ontario. 400 people evicted from a tent city. Now, how fucked up are you that you evict somebody from a tent city? I mean, these people have been thrown out of their homes. Now they're being thrown out of a tent city. Yeah, I'm sure they're feeling really good about themselves right now. And like I said, this is happening all over the country. According to a study released earlier this month by the National Alliance to End Homelessness, an estimated 744,313 people experienced homelessness in one night in January 2005. Some 56% of them were living in shelters and transitional housing. 44% of them were unsheltered. But these numbers aren't easy to come by. I hope you understand that. Another approximation of the annual number of homelessness in America is from a study done by the National Law Center on Homelessness and Poverty, which estimates between 2.3 and 3.5 million people experience homelessness. A majority of the homeless were single adults, but 41% were in families. The report said the U.S. Conference of Mayors report in 2004, requests for emergency food assistance increased an average of 13%. The study also found that 56% of those requesting emergency food assistance were employed. High housing costs, low-paying jobs, unemployment, and economic downturns led the list of reasons contributing to the rise. We live in one of the wealthiest nations on the planet, and yet on a daily basis people are being forced into the streets. Unemployment and homelessness are on the rise, and here is a good chance to see just how crazy capitalism really is. On a trip to Jacksonville, Florida, to discuss trade policy, President Bush addressed this growing problem. He said, and I quote, "But no question, there's an oversupply of housing, and it's going to take some time to work through this oversupply." End quote. An oversupply of housing. We have an oversupply of housing in a nation with 750,000 homeless people. Within capitalism, this all makes perfect sense. What Bush doesn't say, and what's crucial to understanding this, is that in capitalism, goods are not made for use. They are made for profit. We're just beginning to see the tip of the iceberg here. Consider the fact that housing costs continue to squeeze the budgets of low-income families. The typical household in poverty paid 64% of its income for housing in 2003. Up from 61% in 1997. That's a precarious situation to be in when you're living paycheck to paycheck. We live in a capitalist system that has an oversupply of housing and food, and yet people continue to go to bed with no shelter and no food. That's crazy. Capitalism doesn't care about people. Capitalism isn't designed to fulfill human needs. Its only concern is to maximize profits. The good news is it doesn't have to be like this. There's no law of nature that says we can't do better than this. Capitalism is crazy. Peace.
It's in the grain of the wood, it's in the needle's rust, it's in the eagle's claw, it's in the eyes you trust, it's in the jackal's dreams, it's in the sleet and the hail, it's in the unmarked box, came today in the mail. It's in the dead man's pocket, it's in the child's first sin, it's in the Constitution, written in very small print. It's in Colin Pyle's lies, it's in the shaman's trance, it's in the cellar waiting, and it's in the best laid plans. Now we could come